Hey, you're watching Vinyl for Miles, your best resource for music and audio gear reviews. Today we're taking a look at some really cool mini pedals, a power supply, and a lightweight aluminum pedal board from Donner. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Michael. What we do here is audio gear, vinyl reviews, music reviews, pro audio, pretty much anything having to do with music and my hobbies. I'm gonna bring you content. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and bell notification while you're at it. All right, so today we're checking out some awesome gear from Donner. They sent some mini pedals, a power supply, and their aluminum lightweight pedal board. If you've seen any of my other videos, which I'll link up here, I've done quite a few reviews with Donner. I have a great friendship with them, and I think they have a great entry point when it comes to guitar effects, pedal boards, and honestly, just any of their musical instruments. Now, while this gear was sent to the channel for free, this is an honest review. They did not pay me for this review. I just get to keep the gear. All right, so getting started, let's take a look at what they sent over. I have about 5 mini pedals on here, and the whole point of this small pedal board is I wanted something fast, easy, simple that you can travel with, and something you can just set up, plug in, and be ready to go. So starting off, I do have a tuner, I have a harmonic pitch shifter, I have a fuzz, a compressor, and a mod square. Now I don't have them in any particular order. You can mess with your chain. I've made a video on how to put together a pedal board. If you'd like to check that out, I will link it up here. But for this video purpose, I'm gonna check out each one individually and show the benefits and the cool effects that each one of these have. Now these pedals are sitting on a DB2 aluminum pedal board, and the pedal board does come with this very nice travel case that has a nice big pocket to put all of your cables or power supplies. It also came with these connection cables or patch cables, which is great. I didn't have to buy any new cables. Now all of these pedals are connected to the DP1 power supply from Donner. This thing only costs you 40 bucks and you get 10 isolated outputs. So you can pretty much build an entire pedal board here for the cost of one boutique pedal. So my signal chain, I'm using a Kiesel Solo. Now the pickups that I have in this guitar, they are bare knuckle Cobra coils, so this is a very high output guitar. I'm going directly into Helix Native, and I'm using the Matchstick amp, and I'm doing a dual 212 stereo split for the cab. Here's what my clean signal sounds like. All right, so why don't we start off with just the tuner. So this is the DT1 tuner. The cool thing about it is it works as a mute for your entire pedal board. So if I'm strumming a chord and want a fast mute, or if I'm in between sets, you just press that button, it completely mutes your signal. Now this works like a typical tuner. There's 3 LEDs up top. There's a red, a green, and a red. If you go to the left, that means that your note is flat. If it goes to the right, it means it's sharp. You want it to go right in the middle, like that. The entire screen will turn green when you're on the correct note. Now this guitar is tuned to D standard, so let me tune up. All right, moving on, we have the Harmonic Square. So this is going to be a pitch shifter. Now pitch shifters work really good with power chords and individual notes. So the settings I have it on now is, there's a little 3-way switch here. There's a wet knob, a dry knob, and then you have your octave select. So I have it set to 1 full octave. So if we hear my open D, if we do nothing but the wet signal and turn the dry all the way down, sounds like a bass. It's because I'm doing 1 entire full octave down. If you put the switch in the middle, this is called detune. That just takes your note and makes it slightly sharp or slightly flat. It's a cool effect. And then if you go all the way to the top, this is sharp. So that takes it up a full octave. So you can get the low bass or you can get the higher octave on the pedal. Now when you mix in the wet and dry signal, so if I turn the wet all the way down, turn the dry all the way up, start turning in the wet signal, that's going to bring in that octave. All right, and you can go down or up an octave, so let's start in the 2 position. It's going to sound pretty awkward until you hit the right pitch. That's plus minus 3. It's plus minus 4. Plus minus 5. Plus minus 7. That one sounds pretty cool. And again, you could do flat, which will bring it down a full octave. Then we have our first octave here. Cool, and then now we're gonna go down 2 octaves. So this can really thicken up your tone, or you can even, like I showed earlier, turn the dry all the way down and crank the wet up, and you can just detune your guitar. If you guys want to do some doom stuff, you can combine it with a fuzz, which we're going to go into next. So here is the stylish fuzz. The big knob that you have on here is your fuzz knob, which is great. Then you have some EQ controls here. We have bass, treble, and then your volume. So you want the unity gain to be pretty much the same. So if I hit an open chord and I turn it on, you want it to generally be the same volume, unless you want to use this as a boost, and then you can just crank that volume up. So here's everything at noon. Let's hear what this sounds like. Pretty good for doom, and that's the fuzz at noon. So why don't we crank the fuzz up a little bit? Turn the treble up a little bit. And something that a lot of artists combine is a pitch shifter along with the fuzz. So let's hear what it sounds like when we turn on the Harmonic Square with the stylish fuzz. Here's it with the full octave down. Yeah, so that's pretty gnarly sounding. Now you can mix and match the level of fuzz and the level of harmonics that you want to do on here, but these two are a great pair. So the stylish fuzz and the Harmonic Square, check those out. All right, moving on, we have a compressor. Now a compressor, the position where you put it, there's a lot of people who love to put it first. A lot of people like to put it after their pitch effects, but it's really up to you. But what compression does is it takes your signal, squeezes it down so there's not as much of a volume drop when you're changing your dynamics. It makes your playing a lot more consistent. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to go ahead and try to play something a little clean. So that's me direct into the amp. Now let's turn the compressor on with everything at noon. We have level, compression, and tone. The tone gives you the capability to make it darker or lighter. So if I turn the tone all the way down, turn the tone up to the middle. Now let's turn the tone all the way up. So along with the tone knob, there's also a EQ switch up here, a circuit switch. So you can go to normal, which this is normal with everything at noon. That's taking the EQ directly from your guitar through the pedal to your amp. If you switch this switch down, you get a treble boost. Finally, we have the Mod Square. Now this is a pretty complex pedal. I'm gonna go over the basic functions. There's a ton of effects built in here. Basically, any modulation effect you can think of is packed into this tiny pedal. Let's go over all the controls on it first, and then I'll do a sound demo. Main knob here is where you select your effect. So there's a bunch of different effects in here. You have your effects level, we have your depth, and your rate. Something like a phaser or flanger, you can change the rate using this knob, or you can actually set it via tap tempo. So why don't we turn it on and go through some of these sounds here. So we could start with the chorus. I like more of a cycling, slower rate. You can turn your effects level up, so this is at 100%. Let's turn the depth up a little bit. So that's one way you can set the rate, or you can press and hold, then it starts blinking. And if I'm playing a song and I want to tap along and set the rate to that, let's just... Now it is with the rate that I just programmed into it with the tap tempo. I need something really slow. Or if I want something super fast, sound all distorted, you have the freedom to do that. Press and hold one more time. That takes you out of it, and you can press once more to turn it off. So that's the chorus effects. Let's go ahead and check out some of the other stuff on here. I'm just going to cycle through them, playing one chord. So this is the chorus number 2. I'm going to put the depth in the middle and put the rate a little bit lower. This is the D tune. This is the tremolo effect. This one is the delay trem, so this will give you a delay and the tremolo effect. Sounds a little better when you turn the rate up. Alright, this one's the flanger. So here's the flanger with some fuzz, and I set the rate pretty low. There's the flanger 2. Finally, here's the third flanger setting. I probably wouldn't use that one either. Some of these are a little over the top and the controls don't really blend very equally. So that's the flanger 3. Now we're moving into their phaser. This is the phaser 1. Here's the phaser 2. right, so now we're on T-wah, which is auto-wah. So let's set this to noon. See how this sounds. Get kind of a cleaner sound here. That's pretty fun. Let's turn the level all the way up and the depth all the way up. All right, now we're moving on to lo-fi. That one's just noise. I probably never use that either. Maybe at the end of a song, you could switch to lo-fi and just do some weird effects with a delay pedal or something like that and make it sound like it's dial-up internet. I'm not a huge fan. All right, so next one's vibrato. This is the last one. There we go. I like that one. So, I mean, the vibrato sounds pretty cool. I actually like it, especially with like more open chords, clean sounds. Feedback for Donner. I love the pedals, everything's great. The fuzz sounds awesome. I would definitely use this live. Compressor actually sounded great. Now the Mod Square 2. It's really cool that there's all this stuff built into it, but honestly, the only thing I would use would be the chorus, maybe the trem, and the vibrato. Most of these effects are a little too out there for me, and honestly, the rate and the depth knobs, they don't give you enough clean control. So there's a lot packed into this, and the only other downside is if you're trying to switch between songs, this text is pretty hard to read. So you have to get on your hands and knees and make sure that you're turning your knob to an exact little dot on here to get that effect. It is really cool. There's a multi-function stomp on this, so you press and hold it, set the rate, which is great. One of the other delay pedals does the same thing. Overall though, a great starter package if you guys wanted to get going, playing clean, heavy, whatever kind of music you want. This pedal board, full aluminum. This thing is tough. No problem putting my pedals on here. Again, it comes with a Velcro, everything you need. All right, there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Have you guys checked out Donner's new mini pedals? If you have, let me know what you think. I have more gear reviews coming your way. I apologize for the gap in videos lately. I've been pretty sick. Luckily, I'm recovering, and I'm gonna start cranking these out for you guys, all right? Until next time, I'm Michael. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.